fun and on a mission to celebrate Mid-Michigan. The lights are on at Studio 10.
Welcome into Studio 10 today. I'm Nicole Buckman.
And I'm Rochelle LeGrand, and thank you for kicking off Studio 10 with us today, everybody.
That's right. What a great Thursday.
A fabulous Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. It's
yes,
wonderful.
It's a great Thursday.
What did you do today, Nicole?
Well, we had a little bit of punchki fun at Bacon Cakes. And you had a little bit of breakfast over at...
Woo! Yes, I did.
At Anna's house?
At Anna's house. I'm going back. Okay, let me just spill the beans, okay? They're doing a really good spring menu, everybody. It is so good. And when I say my favorite thing was the honey chicken biscuit, not a waffle, but sandwich, the most amazing thing I ever had.
And I'm very thankful that you split that with me.
I'm glad you're thankful because I wanted the whole thing, okay? I really did. And I said, you know what?
Sharing is caring.
Today.
And we also went to the MSU Rodeo. Of course, we'll have more of that tomorrow as well. Lots of fun. But of course, let's talk about some of the things that we're going to be happening right here in our studio today.
Yeah, that's right. Let me tell you, the day's not over. We're just getting started. Just because it's winter doesn't mean we can't keep our gardens on in our mind, right? Vice President of the Red Cedar Wild Ones is joining us today, and she'll share with us some of the critical work they do and the ways that you can support pollinators, wildlife, and learn more about native plants right here in Michigan. Isn't that cool?
No, definitely. I think that's one of those things that you don't really think about, and little things like this can help our state and our ecosystems and everything. So I'm excited to hear all about that. And plus, too, that's really pretty.
Yes, they are. I like the purple one we were just looking at.
Right. And then we are going to be learning on how we can truly paint the town or brush the winter blues away and unleash our creativity over at Charlotte Pottery Studio. Tune in later to see all the endless options and creations and classes and parties that they host. It's really cool because I think sometimes when, you're kind of in a rut and you're like, I guess I can go out to eat with friends, or I guess I can, go, get drinks or whatever. But it's like, why don't we do an activity? And
I love an activity.
And that's kind of how this place was started. So we're going to dive in and see what we can make, and of course how you can make, no matter the skills.
Do you sit like at a pottery?
You'll have to see. You'll have to tune in
Don't
later.
leave me on the edge of my seat now.
Guess what? That's what we're doing. Because in the meantime, guys, it's time for our daily segment, Today's Stalkers. And obviously, one of the biggest things that everyone's talking about is happening overseas right now in Italy. What is it called? The 2026
Winter Olympics.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Yes. Clearly, that's where we need to be.
That's what it's at. You know how many times we've heard that?
So many times. Yeah.
That was a good. We were on key. We're on the right note.
Exactly. We'll get the gold for that. But right now, let's talk about some of the medals that the U.S. is collecting. Right now, the U.S. is in third place when it comes to medal counts.
Yeah, they have 4 gold medals, 6 silver medals, and 3 bronze medals for a grand total of 13.
Woo, woo.
But those numbers are constantly changing. They might be changing right now as we speak, okay? Yes. Make sure you just tune into Olympic Zone tonight at 7:30 p.m. on WILX to get all the latest storylines and results. But one viral moment that we wanted to cover is from Team USA's very own Breezy Johnson. Now, she'll be bringing home some additional hardware. Okay, I hope she got a manicure. Because beyond just her gold medal that she won on Sunday in women's downhill skiing, her boyfriend, Connor Watkins, decided to pop the question today.
Yay! Oh my goodness, so exciting. Take a look at this. She's also going to be bringing home that engagement ring with her. She's no longer her boyfriend, it's her fiance. And he waited for her near the finish line of the Super G event. And this happened about an hour after Breezy unfortunately crashed into the safety net while competing. But I mean, look at that. Look at the ring, and what a unique ring, the blue one right there.
Very unique, but very beautiful. He even included a Taylor Swift lyric. Nicole, do you want to sing it?
No.
You were going to sing it with this week.
No. I played it. We're not.
Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? Alchemy.
Almost. Sounds just like her.
But that's from her song, The Alchemy. We'll let you listen to it. But she was one of more than a dozen skiers who did not finish after crashing her skiing off course, but her fiance was clearly able to make the day a successful one for her after all.
And you know what, I like this. This is great contrast of yesterday when we were talking about someone who was declaring their love and saying, hey, I just won bronze and I cheated on you. And this one is saying, hey, you just won gold and I Want to marry you. Want to marry you.
Real love versus toxic love.
Exactly. But it's very nice to see.
And she previously told him a long time ago that it was her dream to get engaged at the Olympics, but now it's a reality.
And I like that they had that conversation before, because sometimes people don't like that very public proposal. Some people don't. Some people don't.
What do you want?
I want it to be a secret, and I want it to be a surprise, and I want it to be.
Yeah?
Yes, yeah. So like, I know, and you're like, I hope you had your nails done. Kind of, I have a feeling if my friends were ever to be like, Nicole, get your nails done, I'll know that I'm about to get engaged. So.
I just had a funny thought in my mind.
What?
You ever see those pictures where it's like, okay, let's say you were to go get engaged, but oh my gosh, you didn't get your nails done. Now your hands are like, what do I do? I have this pretty ring. I don't want to take a picture. So somebody will come take the picture for you, and then use your hand.
And they use the other person's hand.
I can't do it for you.
Not this time. Anyway. Laugh. But her fiance Connor did mention that he has planned this moment for a year, and so obviously they get to celebrate with family and friends over there. Congratulations to the two of them. We'll be your hand models, but but maybe not for each other.
Use your other hand.
But your nails are much better than mine.
Use your other hand and then pretend like you're
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
There we go. Alrighties. Well. Lots of things to talk about, lots of laughs today. Here's something that's kind of silly and kind of gross that people are talking about. The numbers came out for Sunday's Super Bowl. 60, about how many people have tuned in. It didn't top last year's big game, but it was enough to be the second most watched Super Bowl in history. NBC's broadcast of the game and halftime performance by Bad Bunny actually was viewed 124.9 million people.
Look at that, baby. But there's a new way to get a sense of how many people are watching something at a singular moment, at least in New York City, okay? So the New York City Water page on X posted this earlier in the week. They claim there was a significant reduction of water usage during Bad Bunny's halftime show, right?
Right.
Think about it. Everybody's watching, so nobody's washing their hands, nobody's in the bathroom, nobody's running water, nobody's cooking. But in the 15 minutes after the show ended, a spike in usage equivalent to more than 761,000 toilets were flushing across town.
I think everyone had the same idea. Watch that Super Bowl show, eat a little bit, and then
Think about it.
Finish
right before the
business.
halftime show,
Yeah.
people are hyped, people are excited. So you probably drank a little bit. You probably had a little, something to get you going.
Exactly. This can't be on accident. Obviously, thankfully, the city's infrastructure was able to handle the spike without any issues or reports of service disruptions. Yeah, you don't want any of that happening. But yeah, similar water use swings have been documented during previous Super Bowls or other major televised events. I think we all have the same kind of mind. I mean, sometimes there are times when we're working in the office and I'm like, oh, we both kind of get up to go to the bathroom. It's life. We're all people.
Just like how you used the bathroom that I wanted to use.
Oh.
I wanted to use a single stall right before the show.
I know. I'm
okay.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, city officials monitor water flow rates in real time through various facilities that supply more than 80 million residents.
And you know what, Nicole, while we're on the topic of toilets, one animal shelter in North Carolina is actually getting very creative this Valentine's Day. One more talker for you guys, okay? The Lenore County nonprofit animal shelter for homeless dogs and cats is turning heartbreak into help.
That's right. They are literally using kind of that phrase, love stinks. Donors can actually pay a $5 donation to have their ex's name written inside a litter box this Valentine's Day. The fundraiser launched on Monday and has already seen dozens of donors from across the community, sparking lots of laughs along the way.
And they aren't stopping there. The shelter is another fundraiser that's more in the loving spirit.
Yes.
For another $5 donation, donors can write a love note to an animal at the shelter, and the notes will be hung all around the shelter too.
I love that. So of course the money is being raised, both efforts, and they're going to be going towards a fenced-in area outside for the dogs to enjoy. I wonder if the ex of that Olympian is going to write down something on that litter box.
Okay, but you know what? Listen, let's move on to something else that we can all enjoy, okay?
That's right.
Like we said, our day is midway through, but we're going to keep going, keep things going for you all. And like we said, just because it's winter doesn't mean we can't keep gardens on in our minds. So take a look at our lovely guest. We have the vice president of the Red Cedar Wild Ones joining us in studio. She's going to tell us all about the native plants here in Michigan and how you can get ready for your garden soon.
Missed a segment? Subscribe to our YouTube page to catch up.
This is where we live, where a major breakthrough meets the morning coffee, where a game-changing idea hits the game-winning shot, where round-the-clock research assures more time away, where we drive, explore, and discover, where devoted fans roar and good times roll, where our heart, soul, and science come to life. This is what we live for, because this is where we live.
Good morning.
We are Henry.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Instant games from the Michigan Lottery. Fun to play, anytime, any place, at any pace. With dozens of games to choose from and millions of dollars in prizes. It's instant fun for everyone. And now you can multiply your fun with our newest games with $171 million in total prizes.
Welcome to Bob's. What are you?
President Coolidge and I picked up this brand name mattress from the competition. Not sure I got the best President's Day deal.
At Bob's, you get our lowest price every day. Take our best-selling Lush mattress. It has high-density memory foam and a cooling cover, just like the competition, but only costs $9.99.
I paid way more than that.
Alvin, you've got to try this. Calvin Coolidge.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my mom!
Welcome back, everybody. Now, who says gardening is only for the spring and summer? We're going to introduce you to a group that will help you put the plan in planting so that this way you are all set for spring. That's why we have Carolyn Miller, the Vice President of the Red Cedar Wild Ones, joining us today. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Awesome. Well, so great to have you. I feel like we're fast friends already.
Thank you.
But you're going to tell us about a really great activity in a really great organization. Talk about the work you do with the Red Cedar Wild Ones.
So the Red Cedar Wild Ones is actually a chapter of the national organization, which is Wild Ones, which I get to sit on the board of that as well. So we have all these chapters throughout the entire United States, and it's all about getting people involved in getting native plants into the landscapes.
Okay, now this may sound like an elementary question, but tell us, what exactly is a native plant?
So native plant was not brought here by like the Europeans. They evolved here. This is where they have been. They're used to our climate. So they have deep root systems.
Okay.
So they can
literally deep roots.
Literally deep root systems. So they can mitigate water when we have these flash flood events. They can sequester carbon from the atmosphere and store carbon underground. And once they're in the ground, I really don't do much. I just let them go.
Okay, you let them go, but that's the beauty, right?
Yes.
Of being a part of an organization like this. Now,
yes,
there are some specific Michigan native plants, right, that this is their home. Can you tell us more about which ones those are?
Oh, there's so many. And being a botanist and a plant nerd, I go all over the state looking for these unique plants that are all over in their habitats, because a lot of times you're just not going to see them anymore because they've lost their habitat from, just think about the Great Lakes and the dunes. So we have bulldozed so many areas, and plants, they're not found there anymore, or they're very small relics. You know, they're small little areas now. But, oh, I have so many favorite plants.
I was going to ask you that. Tell me the next one.
So, probably one of my favorite wet area plants is cardinal flower. Yeah. So it's a lobelia. It is the most beautiful red. Likes it on the damp side, but also hummingbirds will visit, which makes it great. One of my favorite grasses is prairie dropseed, which I use all the time in landscapes that I do. And probably one of my favorite flowers has to be, I love coreopsis, sand coreopsis, which one of the pictures was that, the yellow flower. Loves dry areas, so once they're in the ground and established, I let them go.
You just let them go.
They're on their own.
Wonderful. Well, talk a little bit about the difference about what they look like in the winter versus the spring, the summer, as the seasons change.
Sure.
What kind of differences do you notice in these Michigan plants?
You know, right now, they're all underground. They're all, you know, they're hibernating until springtime.
Every single one of them?
Every single one of them. Okay. Yep. And I just wait until spring. And with our native plants, they take maybe a little bit longer to get started. Now, spring ephemerals that everybody goes and finds in the, you know, in the early spring, those are all native plants too. All the trillium, that's a Michigan native flower. But for the ones I have in my yard, all of a sudden I'll start to see them. Here they come here they come. You know, they're starting to green up, and within, you know, a month or two, they're flowering. So, and then all the bees, that's what the really reason why I put native plants in is for all our native insects and other native fauna that might use them.
Yeah, and I know that's a really great thing for the ecosystem too, right? Can you talk a little bit more about exactly how that works?
So with native plants, we don't have to fertilize them. You don't have to apply, you know, you don't need to apply any chemicals to them. I just, you know, once they get established, they don't need any watering.
Wow.
So
when you said let them go, you really meant it.
I let them go. Yeah. So usually that first season, I am watering them, and I might give them a little fertilizer just to get them going a bit. But once they're really established, I just do deadheading. If I don't, because some of them will seed like crazy, so I nip all their little heads off. But other than that, they're there. They're existing all together.
They're existing, and that's the way nature should be, right?
Exactly.
You allow them to live and exist on their own without that manipulation.
Yes.
And you teach people things like this, right, in your workshops?
Yes, we do. We have, so the Red Cedar Wild Ones, we have, you know, our chapter. We have once a month, we do talks, and everybody can come into those. This month, we've got a talk on the monarchs because the monarchs migrate. So, and you can help monarchs here by putting in native plants because they, you know, they will nectar on, you know, a plethora of native flora, but they also need milkweeds because that is the only plant that they will lay their eggs on. And there's other milkweeds besides the, you know, the big ones that you see all over the place. There's plenty more of milkweeds.
That is awesome. So when you're sitting down in a big group with everybody, talk about the community that you create over Michigan native plants.
Oh, I love my friends. And I love native plants. Awesome. And to get people to get these into their landscapes, you don't have to be a purist and put all native plants in your yard. I still like my hostas. So that's what I try to do, is just incorporate. And that's what everybody else does too.
I'd love to hear that. And of course, thank you so much for joining us here today. That information is listed below. So if people want to join you and they want to learn more about Michigan native plants, we've got that info there, plus that workshop next week too.
Yep.
About the monarchs.
Workshop, and there's the Wildflower Association of Michigan conference coming up with Dr. Doug Tallamy, who is kind of the cheerleader of native plants in your landscapes.
I love that. So make sure you take a look at that website right there, so this way you never miss a single event or workshop. And thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, don't go anywhere just yet. We're also going to learn how to truly paint the winter blues away as we unleash creativity at the Charlotte Pottery Studio. So tune in to see the endless options of creations and also classes, parties, and a lot of different events that they host. It's all after the break.
Enjoying Studio 10? Give us your feedback by emailing us studio10@wilx.com.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered, right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey.
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
This is where we live, where a major breakthrough meets the morning coffee, where a game-changing idea hits the game-winning shot, where round-the-clock research assures more time away, where we drive, explore, and discover, where devoted fans roar and good times roll, where our heart, soul, and science come to life. This is what we live for, because this is where we live. We are Henry.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah? Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen, doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall counter?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
And over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really? Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
We are literally painting the town here on Studio 10 and really trying to find ways to kind of brush the winter blues away. And joining me right now who just know how to do that are Bella and Brian from Charlotte Pottery. How's it going? Good.
Good.
Good. Do we have some artists among us?
She is.
You know what? There's creativity deep inside. You know, sometimes we just have to bring it
Right,
out. And
right.
that's kind of what you've really established here at Charlotte Pottery. Tell us a little bit about why you wanted to bring something like this right here to the wonderful town of Charlotte.
Pretty much wanted to bring a place in Charlotte that kind of brought you here to stay instead of like a bar or a restaurant. Something that brought you into town for a while, for a few hours.
Yeah.
And that way you could make something, create something.
I know you've brought over a couple pieces of some of the things that were made right in here. Talk a little bit about the options and how things work here at Charlotte Pottery.
Yeah, so the paints we have here, there's limitless ways to do whatever you want. You can do this with just our normal paints that we have that everyone can use. You can purchase these paints that we have up at the desk, stencils, freehand. I mean, there's just so many ways to create whatever you want.
Endless options.
Endless options. I like that. So that way, every time you come in here, it's going to be different. You can make something. You can make something for yourself. You can make it as a gift for a loved one as well. And it's super easy to do. Like, I feel like the hardest part is picking out what you want to paint.
Exactly. Truly, the hardest part is finding the piece you want to create and like bring what you want to life. So.
And since you guys have opened, what have you been able to really experience when people stop in and get to paint and really explore their creativity?
Definitely seeing like families come together, all creating something, dates, whatever people have in their mind they want to create and doing it together, making wedding plates, birthday plates, creating something for their home, anything. It's just, I love seeing everybody come in and like see their piece come to life.
Because basically what happens is you have to paint, but then you have to wait a little bit to pick it up, right?
Right, yep.
Okay, so I like that. It's kind of like you get to make it, but then you get to relive all those memories when you finally get it after it's fired in the kiln and everything.
It's almost better seeing them come back and pick their piece up and then completely kind of forgetting what they painted the first time and then coming back and picking it up and be like, oh my gosh, it's so much better than I thought it would be. So.
And this is a great space. It's a huge space. Talk a little bit about some of the events that you're able to host here.
We do birthday parties, pretty much any kind of party you want. We've had bachelorette parties, birthday parties.
We do painting nights, we do painting events where we have a lady come in, she brings canvases and people sign up to paint and learn how to paint on canvas.
We've had a lady come in with decorating cookies.
Oh, okay, that's fun. Always finding different ways to start off with the base of learning of some sort of kind of art and then kind of diving that in right here in this space. And I also saw that there's like kind of adult nights too.
Yep.
So if you want to paint in the wee hours of the morning, you can do that here.
Yep. So our adult nights are every second and fourth Saturday of the month. We cater food in, which is no cost. Then we're also in the social district, so you can bring alcohol in. No kids, so you can just enjoy.
Enjoy a nice little date night or a night out and just kind of explore, but also have a little fun as well. So I love that. And of course we're here, so we have to, of course, paint something.
Yep.
So Bella, are you gonna help me? All right, so coming up after the break, we're gonna do some painting, get some tips and tricks so that way when you come in, you can be a pro yourself.
Missed a segment? Subscribe to our YouTube page to catch up.
This President's Day, I'm at Bob's with our highly rated Beaumont bedroom.
And I'm at the Jensens, who bought this similar set from the competition.
Both bedrooms use modern manufacturing techniques for durability, but ours has more finishes, headboard lighting, and costs over $1,000 less. Plus, we've got Lincoln, and they've got Fillmore, who literally ran for the Know Nothing Party.
That tracks.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered, right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey.
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
This President's Day, you can wait for a sale price. Or you can get the best price every day at Bob's.
And more of what you love.
More storage and more power.
More comfort and more choices.
Even more years on that precious mattress warranty.
All for hundreds less than the competition.
I cannot tell a lie. Bob's is the obvious choice.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
We are continuing our crafting fun here at Charlotte Pottery. Bella is still with us, and Bella picked a piece for us to paint. What did you pick out for us?
All right, I picked you out a little heart box.
Ooh.
Something simple, but still really cute.
Yeah, what I like about too is that not only this will be fun to paint, but it's practical.
Yeah.
Like you can have this in your home, you can gift it because you can put jewelry in here, you can put little candies in here. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, truly.
Yes, and then also too, we picked out paint as well, which was super hard to do because then you have to think of what you want to make, but it was super easy once you got it on the wall because what you were able to do is you showed the colors underneath because even though these are the colors, when you fire them, they're gonna look different, right?
Completely different.
Okay, so why is that?
So these paints go on as like very dull the first couple coats. When you finish this today, it'll look nothing like how it's gonna come back when you pick it up. So they melt in our kiln and they get up to about 2,000 degrees. And that's what melts them into the glass look of them.
Oh, okay, interesting. And that's when those bright colors will come out.
Oh, yes.
All right, so, okay, I picked more of like the reds and the pinks to kind of go with that kind of love theme. So what do you suggest I do first? Maybe the top first?
Either you could do, I mean, honestly, either way. You could either start with the top or the bottom.
And then maybe like a thick brush for the base?
Yeah, because you're gonna wanna do an all over coat, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So I would just pick a nice thick brush and then go to town with your first coat of paint.
Okay, go to town. See, painting the town with the first layer. Typically, how many layers do people have to do when they paint? Either it's a plate or a piggy bank, or I feel like there's so many things
there's
here.
Everything you can think of, but you want to do 3 coats of paint. And before you start painting, I already did this to your piece, but you get a sponge and just kind of lightly dust it off with like a little damp sponge.
Oh, okay.
And then you can go in and start with your 3 coats.
Okay.
And it sounds like a lot at first, like 3 coats of paint and like letting it dry, but the paint soaks into the pottery and it dries within like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Should you do strokes like in the same way in those?
No, you don't have to. Honestly, how you're doing it is perfect.
And talk a little bit about age ranges that you see here. Are they?
Everybody can. I mean, you can come in with grandma at 4 years old and come paint. You can come in with just a group of friends, like a couple teenagers, and come in and paint. If you want to come in with just a girls' night with all your girls, you can come in. I mean, everybody.
Say if they can't freehand, you mentioned that there are stencils, so there are other ways that if they want to add details that they can?
Yep. We have tons of stencils already up here. If you need like a certain name, if you need like something specific, we also provide a Cricut on hand that say if you need a last name for like a plate or a name for a birthday plate, we can print that out for you as well.
Oh, okay, cool. That's nice. And having that personal touch. So not only did you make it, but then you can also personalize it for others. Okay, so I did see in one of the inspirations that you can make like raised dots.
Yes.
And using this tool, how do you go about that?
Yep, so I mean, exactly like you were gonna do, just kind of dip it in the paint.
Okay.
And then you can just go right on top.
Right on top, and then what does this do?
So this just adds the little effect. It makes it like a little perfect dot.
Oh, okay.
Yep, if you need to do an eyeball, if you need to do polka dots, these tools give the perfect solution for that. And obviously that one has like different, you can go smaller, you can go bigger.
Yeah.
So really, really helpful tools.
What other pieces of advice do you give when people stop by?
The thing I love most about pottery is that it is so easy to fix mistakes versus if you were painting an acrylic painting. Pottery, it's so unique that say if you messed up a dot that you didn't like, you could take a toothpick and scratch that dot right off and go back on top, or you can really paint on top of it again. So I always like try to tell people don't get discouraged. Like especially with the colors, if you mess up, like it's super easy to fix.
I like that, and especially too when there's people like you that are very encouraging to help us through this process. So if people want to sign up or be a part of one of the adult nights, what's the easiest way to go about that?
So we are pretty much on all platforms of social media. Facebook, we're very active on. TikTok, we're very active on. Instagram as well.
Okay, all right, I like that. Well, you guys definitely want to try this out. It's super fun, relaxing. So I'm going to finish this up, but Bella, thank you so much for being a great teacher.
Yes, you're welcome.
Well, now it's time to hear from you. While everyone's talking about their plans for Valentine's Day, we wanted to know what you're doing for Galentine's Day. You can't forget to make some time for your gal pals.
That's right, and I think painting pottery would be a fun idea to do with the gal pals.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so we asked you on Facebook, and here are some of your responses.
Let's a collective sigh.
Yeah, maybe we didn't explain what Galentine's Day was.
I didn't think we had to.
Right. Don said he's single, so he's staying home.
He said.
Yes.
Don said he's.
Yes. Tomas says, what's a Galentine? Julie says, huh? And Jan, what did Jan say?
It's just another day.
So,
since, you know what, you're right, maybe we should have explained. Let's help you, okay?
Yes.
Tomorrow is the day before Valentine's Day, February 13th. And over the last 10 years, give or take, it is a widely recognized holiday known as Galentine's Day, which is a day to celebrate other women in your lives.
That's right. Another great reason to get together all of your girlfriends, because love is girlfriends. It's not all about just the love with you and your partner. It's about spreading your love with people that you love and care about, specifically your gal pals. And I will say that this holiday was made popular back in 2010 by the comedy series Parks and Recreation, when Amy Poehler's character Leslie throws her annual Galentine's Day party for her girlfriends. So it became super popular. She brought everyone to this breakfast place, had these waffles, so the idea began to catch on, and now it's Galentine's Day.
And you know, this is the season of love. Love is not something that only exists with your romantic partners. It occurs amongst friendships too.
That's right.
Galentine's Day.
So get the gals together. Get the gals together, and maybe this will inspire you to do something, you know, tomorrow, or it can be throughout the weekend as well. Right. Well, another thing you can do with your gal pals is to watch Studio 10, because tomorrow we have a fun show for you. We are taking you to the Paczki Palooza of 2026. Ahead of Fat Tuesday, 6 contestants will compete against one another in a 5-minute Paczki eating contest, where one winner will receive a cash prize to benefit their charitable cause. So we will be there live to see who the winner will be.
Ooh, I cannot wait. And we'll also be giving you details ahead of the Spartan Stampede Rodeo. So make sure you grab your cowboy hat, your boots, and saddle up, everybody, because it's going to be quite a great show, okay? But otherwise, thanks for hanging out with us today.
I know. You can join us again tomorrow for more Studio 10. But gal pal, ready to go?
Let's go. Saddle up, baby.